welcome back, guys. It's the Pod Kings podcast. Dame, right here.
What up? And it's your boy Marcos.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, dude?
Pretty slow but eventful week since our last episode.
Definitely.
You know, we had our last guest, Emron. If you guys didn't see that, go ahead and check it out. We'll put the link in one of our tweets or in the description on this episode. I thought that one went really well.
Yeah, there was a lot to talk about. We did talk about a lot of Corona also. Kept y'all informed on what's going on.
And Marcos, you see a big thing that I'm wondering right now, because we were talking about this, is should we have more guests on? You know, I don't really know yet. You know, I think we're doing a pretty good job at like maintaining our social distancing for the most part. Granted, you and I are really close right now, but other than this, like 1 hour, we're not going to really be around each other this close.
True.
So I think we're doing okay still, but you know, I know a lot of other podcasts are like stopping completely and they're not doing anything anymore. So, you know, we're going to keep pushing out some episodes, but we don't know about guests yet. We're going to still discuss this.
Yeah, it's still in the process. Just to be safe, you know, and we are always sanitized, but you know, just to be a little safer.
Yeah, we'll probably, you know, maybe we'll even let you guys decide. We might put up a poll on the Twitter so you guys could decide for us if you guys want to keep seeing more guests coming. You know, I did have a really good one coming for this next one. So if you guys are still interested and you wouldn't mind, and you know, if our guest is still comfortable with it, we might still have one. We'll let you guys all decide though if we should continue.
Go check us out, guys. Also at Twitter at Pod Kings Podcast.
Yep, go check out the Twitter so you can find the poll and you can vote on this. Other than that, I mean, yeah, it's been a really slow week. You know, for me, I've been off every single day, Monday, Tuesday, today's Wednesday, so I was off all 3 days ever since our last podcast. So,
dude, I've been working so much these past couple of days, man. You know, since rent's coming up and I gotta do that landscaping stuff. So, shout out to Southern Standard Services. That's who I work for. One of our sponsors.
Yep, Southern Standard Services. That's one of our sponsors. Marcos, I mean, rent actually just happened like a week ago, pretty much.
True.
So what do you mean rent's coming up? You paying a second apartment or something? Are you late?
Yeah. I got one in New York.
Oh, that New York. Okay, just don't go there right now. But you know, I would like to get another guest on. I have an idea of the next two I'm gonna bring on. I don't know who your next two that you want to bring on are, but I'm excited for this.
Definitely.
You know, we got to get a couple of our former guests back on too.
We gotta do some repeats on some people that came in, like Christian, Isaiah.
Yep, we'll probably bring Christian back soon.
Maybe Isaac will come through pretty soon.
Not too sure when exactly we'll have everybody come in. You know, the plan is to just go week by week for now and see what we can do.
Definitely.
We're trying to get a lot of people on, so don't get used to the same faces, but at the same time you should get used to a few of them. So this week, me and Marcos, you know, we were reading a little bit, and we had an idea for this cult following that we wanted to, you know.
Definitely. You know, we've been into reading lately with this whole quarantine, so shout out to books.
Shout out
Barnes & Noble, shout us out, you know, sponsor us.
Audible sponsor us, you know. That'd be I like reading.
What's Audible?
Oh, you know where they like it's like audiobooks.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, it's
pretty
cool.
fun.
Yeah, it's pretty lit. I had Audible for a month on a free trial. Shout out Joe Rogan. But yeah, I enjoyed this book. We should have grabbed it. I totally forgot. But
dang. Okay.
But you know, it's got multiple cults in it. The one that we did do our research on, though, that's the one that one really caught my eye. It was really easy to get back and get into it.
And it's also a show on Netflix, so it was even better when we saw it and it caught our eye, because we were like, damn, this is a fucking crazy ass cult and show. It's called Wild Wild Country.
And not only is it a show, Marcos here. Last summer, there was this movie that got released, and I don't know anybody that watched it besides him in the movie theaters.
I think it was me and someone else.
And
I forgot who it was.
You hyped it up after that, and I
it was
got
good.
really interested.
It was called Midsummer, guys.
So that could also.
It really reminded me of something like this because they were doing the same thing with some weird stuff. We'll get more into that later on, but it's a really good movie. I recommend it.
Yeah, so Midsummer kind of tied in with the show maybe, and this little thing that we read off the book. So I didn't watch all of the show. Marcos, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so and you've seen Midsummer. I've never seen either one. I only read what we both read in that book, but you can inform me on the show and on the movie, I guess.
Oh yeah,
go through this because I'm interested in it. I wanted to watch more of the show. The movie, it's just so long, dude. There's certain movies that it's like if it's gonna be this long, I'm gonna have to dedicate and I have to be.
Well, it's a documentary. That's what it is. It's a documentary.
Okay.
But dude, it's actually a really good show, dude. Like I know you read that part in the book, so you got into it. It's kind of exactly how it is. It's just more in depth in the book because in the book it tells you how they were being corrupt.
Interesting.
You know what they were doing, money laundering and stuff like that. When it comes to the show, it was more of like what they did, like as a community. Like they were building up jobs and they were building this cult where you could go and release your energy, your sexual energy and all this. Yeah. And they were really wealthy, wealthy people.
Before we go too far into it, we gotta tell them what it is. But before we get into all of that, I do have a couple of things I wanted to get your opinion on before we actually dove into the topic.
Yeah.
So a lot of news going on lately. Like I said, it was a slow week.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't do much, but because of that, I was here on my phone, on the laptop. We just got the laptop, guys. We're going to have it, hopefully, every episode. We're going to try.
Mm-hmm.
As of right now, this is on loan, so we'll see how long it goes. But I was doing some research the other day, phone, laptop, and, it's looking like the UFC is about to close a deal on their own private island.
I know, I saw that,
to
dude.
host fights on. So,
I was like, what? What do you think about that?
Dude, that is outrageous. I saw somebody tweet something about it being like Mortal Kombat, the movie.
What?
And I was like, dude, this is so true. Like,
damn.
Exactly.
Dude, I think that's going to be fucking awesome.
I mean, I'm really excited. But how are they going to get back into the U.S., like...
What do you mean?
Because people are... I'm pretty sure our borders are closed right now.
True.
For people not able to fight.
They probably have like a private one as a specific for them that they have. I think you can go. So what they were saying is that you can go across private jet.
Oh, private airspace and stuff like that. Okay.
So through a private jet, you can go over there and back, which is why we're saying Khabib. I don't know why he didn't go when he could have just taken a private jet.
Yeah. Well,
So now, did you hear who it's gonna be now?
Justin Gaethje. That's a fight. That's a dangerous fight for Tony. I mean, like,
you think so?
He has a lot to lose right here. He's getting older. He's had so many title fights in his picture, but never really got into too many.
So you're saying that Gaethje,
he was an interim champion at one point, but
Gaethje
he never held the undisputed.
Isn't like Khabib is better than Khabib? Is what you're saying?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying that fight could go either way.
Okay.
But I believe that Tony Ferguson is going to win, and I think Tony Ferguson could also beat Khabib.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
Like, I like Tony Ferguson. Tony Ferguson is a beast, bro, and I've seen that man fight a couple times, but Khabib is just another level of wrestling. That dude gets you to the ground, and he's wrestled bears.
Okay, so...
And he was just a toddler.
Here, let me...
You know what I'm saying?
Let me bring up our Twitter real quick. I'll show you this tweet that Conor McGregor said about Khabib.
What did he say? Was he saying, "Oh, fuck the Khabib brothers"?
No, he did not say that. But Khabib is so overrated. That's what a lot of people think, and that's what I also think. I mean, he is really good. Don't get me wrong. I personally can never step into an MMA octagon because I have an injury. I have a serious injury with my ankles. I would never be able to fight. Yeah. But I still think that he's an overrated fighter.
What?
I don't think
overrated, bro. I don't know, man. Why do you say that?
Dude, I mean, look, all he's got is that wrestling. He's been rocked every single time he's tried to step up with somebody. He's never stood up with somebody and not been rocked. He cannot take a hit, and I don't think that he could take a hit from El Cucuy, especially. And if Tony Ferguson gets him on the ground, or if Khabib gets Tony Ferguson on the ground, it's going to be still easy for Tony Ferguson.
Really?
Yep.
Is that what you think? So
I think so, exactly.
So what did Conor McGregor actually say?
Okay, so Conor McGregor said... Here we go, I'm searching it up.
Ding, ding, ding. By the way, guys, if you want to go follow our Twitters, mine is at 17 Marcos Lopez. What's yours, Damien?
My Twitter is Damian G 2015. That's DAMIAN G2015.
Go follow us, guys, but go follow our podcast also on Twitter at Podkings Podcast. We got a lot to share on there. A lot of good stuff, a lot of funny stuff right now, especially during quarantine.
Yeah, we're trying to be very active on here. You know, guys, we really want activeness from y'all. Also, send us any questions and topics you want to see us talk about or hear us
definitely, guys, if you're getting any topics, you know, any topics or anything, please let us know so we can talk about it.
Okay, so Conor McGregor's tweet, I gotta pull it up right here. It says Conor's left hand, Anderson's front kick, Ronda's arm bar, Hendo's bomb, Crow Cop's high kick, and John's side kick to the knees over and over again. And actually, the only thing at this stage, Khabib's little mermaid leg wrap thing he does. What a sport! Who's the greatest? You already know.
What the hell?
Yup.
He's calling him out again, bro.
He's pretty much saying Khabib isn't got shit besides the little bullshit.
He got his ass whooped.
Besides that little bullshit tie-up, and that's it.
But he got his ass whooped.
I gotta agree with the man Conor, dude. Khabib doesn't have shit. And, you know, I respect him as a fighter, but not as a person. You know, he's a scared person.
No, Proper 12 is really good.
And so I do not have anything to say about Khabib. But anyways, before we get into all of this, I think maybe it's time for a quick break.
Definitely.
Take a word from our sponsor, and, you know, we'll see what Marcos has to say about Anchor today.
Up, and away.
Yup. Let's go fucking Anchor. I mean, I guess Marcos just loves that so much. Always has so much to say about him every week.
Definitely.
Marcos, I know you love them, but, you know, not only do I like that you love them, I think our listeners should also love them. You know, go check out all of our sponsors. We also have another one, Southern Standard Services. You know, we'll get to them a little bit later on. We mentioned them earlier.
Yeah.
You know, we said we would bring them up again. This is not the time for that sponsor segment, but you know,
but they are
even though it's a sponsor, you know, we love them. You know, Anchor, we love them. Not only can you make your own podcast on Anchor, you can listen to many others. You can listen to our podcast on there. You know,
honestly, it's a good way of getting involved, guys, because, you know, we're doing this because of Anchor.
Exactly.
If it wasn't for Anchor, I mean, we could be using another one, but that was just the one that we decided to do it. We did it, you know?
Exactly. So Anchor is, I know we like to joke about it a little bit every week, but Marcos and I, you know, we made the decision to go with them, and, you know, they've been nothing but good to us.
Definitely.
Our other sponsor is also nothing but good to us, you know.
Definitely.
Both are helping us out in their own ways, and, you know, it's very exciting. So go check them out. You know, you can listen to us on there also. You know, they put us on Apple and Spotify and everywhere else you can find us.
Okay.
But you can also find us on there. Not many people know that.
Definitely.
But anyways, yeah, that Private Island talk, you know, I wonder how many people would fly out to go watch it.
Dude, I mean, that's just so much money.
Imagine how much money people would start spending on private jets to go
watch it.
To go watch it, yeah.
That would just be ridiculous.
Yeah.
Everybody would have to do it.
Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's exciting. I want to see the fight. The whole card is insane. I was talking to a Christian about it the other day, and he and I are both very excited for it. Here, look, let me see if I can pull this up for you, because this card is insane.
Who do you think is going to win?
With what?
With Kukui and the other guy. What's his name? The one he's fighting instead of Khabib. Gaethje.
I said Khabib. I said Tony Ferguson. I said that he could also be Khabib.
So that's what I'm saying. So you would put money on Ferguson?
Yeah, of course. Tony Ferguson all the way. That's the guy. I think he's gonna take it all. I think he's really determined. But this whole card is insane, you guys. So for our main event, it's Tony Ferguson, Justin Gaethje. Co-main event, Thug Rose Namajunas versus Jessica Andrade.
What?
Then we also got Greg Hardy versus Luca De Castro. We also got Jeremy Stevens in Qatar, Francis Ngannou and Rosenstruck.
Bro,
Uriah Hall, Jacare Souza. Like, who is this? Is this Alex Hernandez versus Pedro Morales?
Dude.
What else we got? Brandon Vera, Ray Borg.
That's a pretty good fight. I mean, pretty good card.
The whole card is really good, and
those are always good fights.
I'm interested on where it will take place. That private island. Who knows? That'd be crazy. I'm interested.
So I guess that means that we would have to buy the fight, because we wouldn't be able to go watch it.
Yeah, and so I talked to Christian about it. He says he's not too sure about it. I'm also not sure about all of us. But maybe we could get some type of video chat thing going on, like a Zoom meeting, and we could all watch it on somebody's
I wanted to find out more about this Zoom.
It's pretty cool. I like it. I was watching a prank video the other day that involved the Nelk Boys. Steve, just because I'm watching Nelk Boys videos, don't think that I'm forgetting about you, buddy.
Hey, yo, it's been a while, my man. It's been a while. Are you gonna call him out today?
Before I get to Steve, I was watching this prank video with Zoom and the Nelk Boys, and it's a really good app. It looks great. I wonder if we could do that for the UFC fight, and maybe we should try it. I think Arturo or Christian, either one of them would be definitely down for that. So, we could talk to one of them and see what's up. But anyways, Steve, fuck you, dude. And I'm coming for your neck. I guarantee you I can talk it faster than you. I know you got a little fucking shitty podcast. Let's see what you can fucking bring out about it. I'm calling you out on mine. Let's see if you got some balls to say my name on yours. I don't think so, buddy.
Damn.
Grow a sack, buddy. Grow a sack.
Oh my gosh. At Podkins, my man. At Podkins.
Yep.
He's pretty serious. I've seen him shotgun pretty fast. He's really, really fast.
But anyways, yeah, we should get into that Zoom meeting thing. We can find out something.
Okay.
But enough talk. I think it's come down to the meat and bones of what this podcast is about.
Definitely.
On our last episode, we said we were gonna get into that book. We should have grabbed it again while we were over there. We said we were going to talk about this book, and so, we both read one chapter, and we both looked into this Netflix, and into this movie.
But the one that really caught our eyes, guys, was the Wild Wild Country one. That one is like.
You want to describe the book real quick?
No, just forget. I mean, the book is called Cults. Well, undiscovered cults and
It's a good book. We'll post something on the Twitter.
Definitely, we can post something on the Twitter.
We'll post a picture of it on the Twitter so you guys can check it out. Definitely. It's a good movie. It's a good book. There's also other things kind of relating to it. There's a movie, a TV show. What else do we got?
There's a TV show.
I wonder if there's more written about it. I'm not too sure. I bet there's more books written on this. I know that there was a lot of following at the end of this.
I'm pretty sure if we looked it up,
At the end of what we read, at the end of everything, there was a big following, and I hear it's even practiced to this day. So I wonder if there's more to it. But what it was called, or what this cult was about, is they followed one religion. Basically, much, right? Or it wasn't really a religion, because they denounced religion. They said there is no God. Even the highest superior person in this group, who pretty much started this, the Holy One, didn't really see himself as a God, because he said there is no gods, no kind.
Didn't he say we were all gods, something like that?
He said something weird along those lines.
More than one perfect person, something like that.
But the the following, the cult name of it, the whatever you want to call it, it was Rajneeshpuram. Mm-hmm. And, you know, it's definitely something weird.
It was just something different, you know? I mean, it's not like we go through different cults throughout our day.
You know? There were some dates in it that, like, really were from far back, and I was like, wow, like, you know, these dates don't come to mind whenever I think cult.
True. But it's also, like, different because there was dates up to, like, 2019, and it's like, wow.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, this guy named Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh, he was born December 11th, 1931. That's what I saw. Mm-hmm. And, you know, they called him the Hugh Hefner of the spiritual world.
Yes, they did.
He was a very sexual guy. He admired, you know, being like that. Uh-huh. He saw nothing wrong with expressing yourself.
He was basically
sexually.
A people's person, guys. Like, he was, you know, your typical, you know how priests are. They're like, you know, they're very holy. They always walk around with pride. Well, this is what this man was, but with knowledge, spiritual knowledge also. Like, he could make a whole room of like 300 people kneel on their knees to worship this guy. You know, it was crazy. And the Rajneesh people were like a different breed of people because they had different things that were going on. You know, it all started off in like Antelope, Oregon. You know, it started in small cities and usually
counties.
How cults start. Cults usually start like that.
It was like really, really small what I saw. It said that it was in Antelope, and that it was near Wasco County. I don't even know where that is, but I hear that it was. At the time it was very tiny. You know, they probably had a population of like 50, 60 maybe.
Probably.
There's probably like 4 or 5 different families. You know, probably like 10 different families.
And it's crazy because, like, this man read beyond the amount of books there could be seen, you know? Like, he was a very smart man, you know? He created a whole religion, basically. You know, it was a combination of, like, materialism, meditation, capitalism, and a lot of sexual activity. Like, literally, this whole group would be in a room. I think this was like their sexual release, like, you know, their spiritual release.
They had some type of like, it was like expression, like just some type of expressional release.
Yeah,
like, it wasn't not anger or jealousy release, but it was like just
something.
Everything that you have in your body, you want to let out.
They literally would go crazy, like they would like punch walls, like they were nude.
Yeah.
They were like completely naked. Like they were all males and females. Like there was at one point I think they were saying that a girl was like almost about to get raped, like because of this whole the whole giving out thing, and she was just like he was just, you know, letting out.
She was fine with that.
Yeah, she was fine with it.
You know,
so it's like, wow, this is fucking crazy.
I thought it was crazy that there were so many people who just had already gone to him, like before he really started putting it out there even more and expanding greatly. There was just like so many people that just easily fell into his trap. You know what I mean? Like,
definitely,
he manipulated them so easily into following him, and he did all of this crazy stuff. Like, one of the craziest thing that I saw was that once they started expanding more and bringing more people in, like the people who had already began following him, like they were grandfathered in, they were going to be with him.
Yeah.
But once they started getting more people were paying $500 to $1,500 to live and work on his commune.
Like these people were like,
and just be there near him. And not only that, but there was a $5,000 to $150,000 entrance fee to
be at this place,
to actually like even get accepted into it.
Well, because all right, so guys, this was like at one point they were living in Oregon, but they kept getting threats. Like, you know, they were basically these group of people taking over the little city of Antelope, right? So they were like, you know what, this and that. Like, they kept getting harassed. At one point, one of their main hotels got bombed. Nobody died or got hurt, but you know, it did burst into flames. So a lot of threats were going on, So they basically were like, we're not leaving. They were very wealthy people, very smart. They knew how to get around. They basically created their own economy. Like, it was insane. And they basically had a vote, and they took over the city. Like, they called it the city of Rajneesh. The city of Rajneesh.
Yeah, they started bringing people in, homeless people and stuff.
Yeah,
who
just so they could vote.
Who were like just trying to outnumber the city so that they could get the popular vote and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it was insane to me that they got so many people to come and like put up a front and like act like they were part of that group when they actually weren't. So, you know, I thought it was interesting that they had that power too. Like, where did they find all of these people? You know what I mean?
I know. I mean, the guy had like a whole bunch of Rolls Royce. Like, he was whooping out the freaking cars. You know, had the watches. He had everything. The man was wealthy. You know, like I don't understand these kind of things, man.
Yeah, I mean,
like, is that the move? Is that the move right now?
Apparently, he really wanted to live luxuriously and wanted to expand his consciousness. You know, that was his biggest thing. Mm-hmm. And you know, I can understand why people wanted to be a part of it. They probably saw somebody like living lavishly and were thinking like, okay, like maybe we should follow this guy. If he's living rich, maybe if we follow him, we can be rich.
Yeah.
But you know, who knows what they were really thinking that whole time.
Okay, I feel you on that. Honestly.
I mean, I don't know. Personally, would you do it? I don't know if I could.
I would.
You would? I mean, I don't know.
I would say fuck it.
Personally, this stuff's crazy. The cult, everything. I wouldn't want to get part of that, like, you know, like following Satan and stuff like that. Like, that's not that cool stuff that I would be into. So I don't know if I could get into that. It'd just be a
different feel and see how it. I mean, I probably would end up leaving, but. I
wonder where that money was really going, though. Like, was it going straight into his pocket, or was it somehow going back?
Well, you have to realize, dude, that at some point of the year, they had, like, a big old festival, like an EDM festival, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
And they would all get together and, like, have concerts and buy all kinds of souvenir stuff and get, you know, trippy-ass fuck and stuff like that. So they would probably spend their money in activities like that. And you have to realize they had a whole community in that little city, you know?
Whenever we were talking about them voting on, like, taking over the city pretty much, you know, they brought in more than 3 times what the city had before it was populated.
Damn.
It was insane. I'm not surprised. They probably had a lot of people pushing for that, for that festival and, like, literally waiting for that so that they could actually make some money.
Definitely.
Because the only money coming in is going straight to that guy's pocket. Like, right? That's probably what's really happening. He was
so rich, man. He has so many cars and watches. Who knows, honestly?
The people of the city really hated him. You know, they even said that the people who followed him were very confrontational and judgmental about everything. So
really?
Yeah, so I'm kind of wondering exactly, like,
what could they wouldn't be like that, right?
Exactly. What are they following? Yeah, exactly. Besides a life of luxury, you know, I'm wondering what exactly happened behind the scenes and in that commune of where they were. There's plenty of research done, and I think that's what that documentary is, Wild Wild Country, right? You know, I have to go back and watch some more of it.
You definitely should.
You know, everybody watching, you know, go find this on Netflix. Wild Wild Country. There's also on. I don't know if it's on Hulu, but on Amazon Prime, you know, there's a movie called Midsummer.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know,
Midsummer's a really good movie, too, man. Like, that's one of those.
Those are more in-depth than we're going to really get because you'll actually be visually taken there. But, you know, the stuff that we've seen is just insane. Like, everything that happened within this whole time of him being there in that city was crazy. You know what I mean?
And you know what's crazier? It's just the amount of people he got to worship him. Like,
his right-hand man and women, like, they were brutal too.
You know Sheila?
His right-hand woman was a killer.
Yeah, her name was Sheila, and she was just like, she was very like, very, how can I say this? Didn't care.
She was very threatening also. Like,
she was threatening, she was
a scary
bold.
woman.
She was bold. She was very bold.
That's a good, yeah.
That's the word I was looking for.
You know, she did so much for, you know, to help him and to better that whole communist society, but at the same time, she was doing a lot behind the scenes that really...
Well, apparently she would, like, go and talk to the main boss, which was, you know, Rajneesh, and, like, he would, like, tell her what to do, and she would come out and say it out loud. But I mean, what was she really doing? What he was asking?
She was doing stuff behind the scenes that was like shady, and they were just like really not being truthful with anything that they had going on back there. She wasn't, at least. I mean, he didn't see stuff. He saw stuff another way, but you know, she was.
Did he really though?
Because he was saying something, and he was in exile, or not exile, but like he was in his own like meditation period where he was like secluded by himself, and he just passed on messages. Like, he would get word, and then he would pass something back, and she would try to better it on his behalf, you know.
I feel you on that.
But you know, she was crazy, and you know, so her name was Ma Anand Sheila. She was the secretary and spokeswoman of this whole thing, and she ended up fleeing to West Germany.
Yeah, after everything, and like a couple of her people that lived with her.
And yeah, they ended up getting arrested in 1986.
Really?
Yeah, so...
For what, murder? Attempted murder, or what?
No, they went back and got her for all the stuff that she was evading.
Okay.
So, I don't know. There was a lot of stuff like trafficking.
Yeah,
there was human trafficking also.
There was, I mean, probably drugs, a shit ton of drugs.
But I mean,
so much going on. Even like behind the scenes of that, there was probably like money gambling. Like, she probably wasn't paying her taxes. Like, who knows? A lot of money was there, man. I heard that at the very end they were worth like $300 million.
Yeah, at one point I saw that they were worth, well, yeah, the whole thing was worth like $300 million, but the guy himself, the guru, Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh, was worth $30.8 million.
Wow.
By 1983. So, like...
Dude, you know, he was... Whoa.
And this whole thing started in about 1981. So, only 2 years in, he had amassed a fortune. You know, he did... There was so much going on, but...
How can you even do that?
Exactly, but, you know, nothing perfect lasts forever. He was born in 1931, so in 83... He's turning almost 50 there. Or, I mean, he was like 40-something.
Yeah.
So, he was kind of old, but young. He was young-old. He had a lot going on. I really want to watch more of the documentary.
It's really good.
Because this guy is... Oh, dude, he had so much going on. But, you know, unfortunately, nothing great can last forever. I saw that... Well, they began posting, like... The city began, like, trying to get the people who were voting, like, out of there and pushed out and get him shut down.
Basically, they were against him.
Yeah, he could not keep it all.
At one point, they were like, whenever they took over, they had like police people with like guns walking around, like Hitler style.
Yeah, it was a lot.
Like, can you imagine having that authority?
It was a lot trying to like keep them in order too, because they were so judgmental and confrontational. Like, they were hostile. Everybody was hostile on both sides. You know, so at one point, you know, they just started to be a rift, and they began to break from inside. You know, by mid 1985, the commune began to fall apart because they were driven by paranoia and allegations of criminal activity by the city. So a lot of stuff was going on with them, and they couldn't handle it. They didn't have the right people there to lead them, and they started falling apart, as they should have, though, because, you know, they're not good people. They were not good people. So,
I mean, they probably had a good intention at first, but it just turned into something something that couldn't be handled.
Well, they were manipulating people to join them. You know what I mean? Like they.
But it's just like any other like pyramid scheme. People like.
Well, they brought them in.
They manipulate people.
They brought them in talking about yoga and meditation and breathing techniques, and when they started actually using like hypnosis and Western psychology, hypnotic induction, chanting, and Eastern meditation techniques, and they just started making people go crazy.
Yeah,
you know, people, they began to make them oppose socialism and like hate the government and everything, and be free-willed to a point to where they were uncontrollable. And you know,
they believed that the world was about to end soon. Like a lot of these cults always think that. They
brought them in like with a lot of good news to people, but they were really scamming a lot of people. Yeah. So they were bad people, you know what I mean? And you know, not long after they started to break apart, you know, the guy left, Bhagwan left, and there was pictures posted around Oregon stating that they wanted him dead or alive.
Really?
Yeah, they really wanted to go get this guy because he messed up a city. He scammed a bunch of people. You know, like you said, there was one point where he had 93 Rolls Royces just in a garage chilling for him to choose from. What do you do with all of that?
There's no way he had that many Rolls Royces.
Exactly, but
there's no way. I don't even believe that.
He did, and I don't believe it either, but he did. And you know, so you know, he ended up leaving, and that whole thing just began to fall apart on its own until somebody else came to save that whole community. But he left himself and renamed himself Osho, and you know, he believed that AIDS was the death, or was something that was gonna bring mass death to people,
and it did wipe out some people.
But you know, he ended up fleeing and evading arrest like so many times, and he was doing a pretty good job at it, but didn't do great.
Got caught up.
Yeah.
Bad boys.
He ended up getting caught, but he ended up getting let out, and then next thing you know, he's living out somewhere, probably like where he used to.
India.
I'm not sure of the name. I think it was called Pune. Pune.
What is that?
I'm not sure exactly where that's at. We could look it up right here. But
Pune. That's crazy, cause like, man,
it's a city in India.
Imagine like living through this. Like you live in that city and this is happening.
In Oregon, yeah. And that's happening in the 80s. You know, like not too far back. Still far back, but not too far back. You know, there was a lot going on at the time, and I don't think anybody was really ready for those like opinions to be seen and thrown out there. So I don't think it was the right time for them.
They wasn't ready.
They should have done so much different, but you know, it was interesting. You know, I really like this. You know, like I said, he ended up running away, and on January 19th, 1990, Osho, formerly known as Bhagwan Sri Rajneesh, dies.
Of what?
Heart failure. So he ended up dying at the ripe old age of 59.
Okay.
You know,
it's a good age. Good age to die, I guess.
I mean, he did a lot, and you know, like I said, we don't want to promote him or like put him in any type of light. But you know, the impact that certain people have on the world is crazy, and you know, it's insane that people get lived on through some types of legacy. I hear that this is still going on to this day. This study of Rajneesh. So
it's just crazy how people can easily be manipulated. You know how weak our mind is. You know, so many people out there can just, if they were to really think about things and try to open more of their mind, like I said, Rajneesh himself probably didn't have bad intentions. Like he probably was one of those people that knew a lot of knowledge before he became famous and all the money. Like he was a very knowledgeable, wisdom person.
He was I don't know, Marcos, because he was a very spoiled person.
He wasn't like rich.
He was never really punished either. Whenever he would act up as a child. Like he had everything handed to him. It seemed like he lived such a nice life that he wanted only the best, and you know, it was that spoiled brain that really messed him up. And
you think so?
That's what I think. Yeah. I mean, what can you do? But
no, true.
You know, like I said, he's gone.
R.I.P.
He has a lasting legacy, not a good one. We do not like anybody part of the cult at all. So,
we do not support them. But I mean,
good to you and all your beliefs, but I don't agree with you.
But if y'all trying to donate some money to our podcast, let us know. And we'll gladly accept it, and we'll give y'all a shout out, guys.
I mean, speaking of that, I think it's time for another sponsor.
Definitely.
We want to give a shout out to Southern Standard Services. This is the third time this episode we brought them up, and we have to. They're a really good company. I love everything that they got going on with them. They got too much. Marcos, you're going on with them. I know, guys. You're part of the company.
Honestly, we're going through a lot of stuff over here, guys. We're taking care of yards, not even yards, but a lot of general contracting. So we do anything. We'll take a bush out of your front lawn. We'll take a tree out of your front lawn, in the back lawn. We'll take a pond out. We'll install some grass in your yard. Anything, guys, we will do it. If you want a freaking mailbox, we'll make it happen. You want some towel, we know some people.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying, guys? We can make it happen.
We really appreciate Southern Standard Services out here. They're out here doing a lot of work, and it's a local small business. We want to support those businesses, especially at a time like this going on with all this corona. Mm-hmm. It's a lot for people to stay afloat, and these are the people that are able to actually kind of stay in business, because they're not. It's not like
they're essentials, guys.
Yeah, it's not like they're not needed. You always need something happening. There's always something happening in somebody's house that you're gonna need fixed.
The owner Arturo is a very specific guy, and a lot of perfectionists. A lot of perfectionism or professionalism. He's a lot of quality work, guys. For sure. I definitely recommend him. Like I said, if you need anything done, made, he can make it happen.
Arturo's a friend of ours, and we got nothing but good things to say about him. Mm-hmm. Go follow them. Go follow the company on Twitter, on Instagram, and on Facebook at Southern Standard Services 1. Mm-hmm. Go find them on there. You're gonna see all the great work that they got to show. And you know what? There's also the owner, Arturo, our friend. If you want to go check out his personal page, you'll be able to see some other stuff behind the scenes that I think you guys might enjoy also. His is at avega1 or avega67, avega67. Okay. That's his ad name. Go check it out.
Definitely, guys. He posts a lot of his stuff that he's done, so that'll just give you a good, view of what he does and the quality of work that is made. Guys, it's good stuff.
Yep, we have to give a big shout out to them. We appreciate them.
And another shout out to another podcast that we listen to. That's called How Many.
The How Many podcast. We gave him a shout out a few weeks ago, but we can't give him a shout out, enough, because, just like us, up and coming podcasts, their podcast has been around for a little bit longer than us, and we learn from them. They learn from us a little bit here and there.
Definitely. We're from the podcast community, guys. It's more like we really take a lot of tips and what's coming on from everybody.
Exactly. Yeah. Just like we're talking about with our sponsor, small local businesses. These are the small local podcast community also. There's communities of everything, and you can rest assured that we're out here trying to get all of this knowledge as well.
Definitely.
So we can make your listening and visual experience worth it.
Definitely, guys. Go check them out. They have a lot of stuff. They do a lot of to how many chips, like we said last time, how many Star Wars movies there is, the best ones, NFL teams. There's a lot of good ones out there.
There's a lot of good stuff on there. You can go find them on Facebook and on YouTube, right?
Yes. Just search up How Many.
It's a How Many podcast. It's great. Rest assured, you're gonna enjoy it. A little bit different style than us. But, there's a little style for everybody else in this world. If we love them, you're going to love them. Go check them out.
Definitely.
So, yeah, like I said, go check out Southern Standard Services 1 on Instagram and Facebook, or follow avega67. And also go check out the How Many podcasts on Facebook and YouTube. We love everybody. We got to support everybody that we know in all of our small communities. So this is how the world works. That's why you go vote in your small community elections, stuff in your city. It's the small stuff that matters.
Definitely, it really is, because it's your community. The whole. It's the community, guys.
Exactly. So that's, you want to live kind of in a good mind state to where you're kind to your neighbors. So, these are our friends, these are our neighbors. We're gonna be good to them because they're good to us. All right.
Well, guys, like we were saying with this Rajneeshpuram, you know.
Insane. I mean,
it's pretty insane. It ended how it ended, you know.
I really like this going on, what we had going on this week. You know, it was an interesting thing to dive into, you know, get a little backstory in this on Netflix or whatever streaming service, YouTube, and then also read a little excerpt of like stuff that happened and like was documented.
Like in the book and stuff.
Yeah, so you know, I had a really good time with this. You know, we might do this one again soon, maybe next week. We're not really sure.
Maybe some different quotes there is out there, guys. Who knows? You know, there's a lot of stuff out there that we don't know about, or we just haven't been informed about. You know?
We'll probably throw up 2 polls on the Twitter.
Oh yes.
To determine what we're gonna talk about next week, and then another poll to see if we should have a guest on. You know, we want to get y'all's input.
And if like
here.
you have any topics you want to talk about, anything, please let us know. You know, there's a lot of shows out there on Netflix, and maybe there's some answers that need to be answered. You know, we have those. We can look them up. We can make it find out. You know, we got it. Podkings, baby.
Yeah, if you guys have any suggestions, also if you want on Netflix or anything for us to check out, you know, gladly DM us or mention us on a tweet or something.
Definitely.
You know,
At
we'll get back to
Podkings
y'all.
Podcast.
We'll definitely get back to y'all. Either one of us will.
Yes, definitely. Instantly.
It's gonna be a good week. You know, I'm really excited for this. Even though this coronavirus stuff's going on still, you know, I'm excited for the future. There's no holding us back.
Definitely not.
You know, before we go though, Marcos, I have one more question for you, I think.
Okay.
One more topic to throw out there. I want to know what you got or what you think about this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Today, this morning, the burn. Bernie Sanders.
Oh, what's going on?
Suspends his presidential campaign. No longer running for president, Bernie Sanders is. What do you think about this?
Oh, no. I did not even know about this, bro. What do you mean? Why? Wait, why did he get out? What happened? Did he say anything?
You know, it's not the right move.
What did he do? What do you mean?
I didn't check it all out. I just saw this pop up, you know, recently. I really wanted to see what you thought, though. You know, you can check it out right there on Twitter.
I just don't know why he has so many. He did this last year. You know, the last
He can't run no more now. I mean, he's so old. He's not going to be able to run no more. What do you think, though?
Maybe he sees something coming up, bro. Like, there's no point. Like, it's the end. Who knows?
No, I mean,
I'm not supporting this, guys, but, you know, just giving some opinions out there, see what's going on. Who knows? Maybe someone bigger than the president is going to come out like aliens.
I don't know about no aliens, but, you know, I think that he could have kept going maybe a little bit longer, you know, maybe one more month. Let people really feel the impact of this corona a little bit longer. Yeah. And then they'll really think like, okay, yeah, maybe we should be following him.
But I just... Why did he leave us with fucking... What's his name? The other guy?
Well, he was running against him. It's not like he wanted to. He wanted to beat that guy.
But it's like... I don't get it.
I mean, I don't know either. I mean, I really, really wanted Bernie Sanders to win. You know, so much stuff would have happened so quickly.
I know.
A lot of good things, and it would have been an amazing 4 years, but, you know, just like this guy, you can't always get what you want.
Really?
Exactly.
Sometimes there's ends to it.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, I mean, there's that. That's what I think on it. Quick question on you. Let's see if you can find this. It's a riddle. Riddle me this.
Okay.
If you're in a race and you pass second place, what place are you in?
If you pass second place?
What place are you in?
Pass second place, that's for sure.
Yeah, so you're in the race. You're going right. You pass second place. And it's done. Who wins? Like, what place did you come in?
I won.
If you pass second place?
Yeah.
You would be in second place.
Not if I passed it.
If you pass second place, there's still a first place. You were in third place, you went to second place, so now you're in second place.
That doesn't
Oh, that's what I'm going to end this podcast with, guys. Let me know what y'all think. It's a pretty good question.
All right, guys. Whatever Marcos had to say, we appreciate you guys listening. Go follow us on Twitter at PodKing Podcast.
Definitely.
I know we haven't got many stuff being uploaded to our YouTube lately, but this episode's gonna change it for real.
Definitely.
Go check it out on YouTube and follow our personals. Mine's at Damian G 2015. Same. My Cash App's the same if you want to send me some cash in these hard times.
This guy, mine is at 17 Marcos Lopez for Twitter, guys. If you want to send me some Cash App, let us know what's up. Mine is at Marcos Lopez 21 with the hashtag, But dude, guys, go follow us. We got some good stuff. Follow our Twitter at Podkings Podcast, like I said, and Damian said.
And the YouTube. We're gonna work on getting our Facebook a little bit better. But
yeah, we haven't done anything, but we'll get on it. We'll get on it. Maybe on Instagram. If y'all have any ideas, let us know.
Soon. But yeah, go check out the Twitter. We got these polls getting posted, so check it out. And I guess this will be until Sunday, right?
Yeah.
See you guys on Sunday.
See you Sunday.
We'll find out if we're going to have a guest or not. We don't know. We'll post something on the Twitter.
Right, we'll have a poll. Let us know.
All right, peace.
Peace.